ladies and gentlemen, Future Light Eric here.
And how's it going, everybody? It's Frisbee Moonsong here.
And we are coming at you today with a bit of a dual deck profile.
Yeah.
We call it the X1
The
deck
X1,
profile.
the X1 deck
Every
profile.
time we play it, we all both go X1.
It's just like the tide, you know, it comes back and forth. You never know what's going to happen.
That's how it goes. So we haven't exactly won with this yet, but we will.
We will.
We're
It's giving people hell.
Yeah, it is. We're playing different variations, so we thought we'd do a deck profile together.
Let's go straight into it.
Alright, cool.
So, starting off, we both have the
three boss monsters.
the best Floodgate on legs.
So this is you can only control one non-water, so it's like goes in but the opposite kind of way. It's insane, and then it adds the Umi, the legendary Umi, Sea Stealth, or Kairyu-shin spell or trap, which is insane.
Breaking, like field spell plus this is a breakable.
That doesn't activate.
Yeah.
Then it's the three other base card.
This is engine, jellyfish. What the deck, some people name the deck after. The best negate in the deck because it negates monsters and spells. Just don't tell people it doesn't negate traps.
It also negates their effects.
Yes, it negates their effects.
Face up stuff also gets negated.
So it's a free summon from hand as well. So can't ash it.
So usually this and this together is combo.
Yeah.
Usually.
This is full combo, guys.
You just have to draw them. Then we are both.
This is the pattern. This is
Yes,
the pattern
we're going with the.
Mine is going to be a bit more hodgepodge. It's fine.
Yeah, the two
Doom Kraken.
He is your hand trap, believe it or not.
He's also your brick, though.
Yes, he is terrible. He is your brick. You could cut it to one, but then you'll never see it with your full combo.
And you won't be able to make Bahamut shots.
Yeah, true. So he is, if you control Umi, you target a water monster, you then bounce and target a monster your opponent controls. You bounce your water monster, summon the Kraken, destroy their card, and then if a monster attacks, it doesn't matter if you control Umi or not, you can bounce it back to your hand and negate the attack.
Pretty much.
Pretty good.
Then we have the surprise boy. Best boy of the deck.
No, I disagree. I think he's cuttable, actually.
No, I think he's the. You know how many people go when you can attack he makes all water monsters attack your opponent directly. How cracked is that? Like you end up.
And the pop during your opponent's battle phase.
During your opponent's
not
battle
yours.
Yes, but I use him more efficiently than you do.
Yeah, that's probably.
You'll see why. You'll see why.
And then I am playing 2 Warrior of Atlantis.
And I play the 1.
So the reason I'm playing 2 is because if you do not see field spell, you lose. Literally, you lose.
And for me, I don't want to open too many field spells. So I've done that way too many times. But I think my replacement is the General Raiho of the Ice Barrier. So when Mega Fortress Whale is destroyed, it summons a Warrior Water from deck. So it allows you to summon this from deck. And this guy says, if your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, they have to discard a card, otherwise the monster effect is negated. So it's pretty good for hand control and controlling the game. And if they've got no hand, well, they can't do anything.
Yeah. So essentially, although seeing 2 of these as a brick and him seeing that as a brick, it kind of works out and it gives more utility for the fortress with like Sea Stealth 2.
And I guess these can also be a side out as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's it for the engine monsters, quote unquote. Then we're both playing the best enemy.
Legendary Ocean.
So this makes your big monster normal summon because it makes it level 4 and it buffs all water monsters by 200. So yeah.
And it messes with Sword Soul as well because their token is water and so is Moi. So it screws up their synchros. They
have to go
really
to like 6s and 7s.
Yeah. So it ruins the stuff for them quite nicely.
And then the 3 search spell. Thank goodness you found your third today.
I just found my third today, so it feels good.
The second effect never ever comes up. We don't play normal monsters. So if you control Umi, listen to this. If you control Umi, you can special summon a non-effect water monster. Cracked, bro. Cracked. You don't add your floodgates or your negates, you just summon the water monster.
This is for that phantasmal spiral.
Yes.
Like trap plus the dragon.
And the normal monster is like 3-2 or something crazy.
Oh, I play the ulti just for shit. Just throwing the ulti.
And then we're both playing the Sea Stealth 1. So this is replacement.
It's actually insanely good, but you can't play more than 1.
Yeah.
Like it's so good because your opponent can't target your cards. So it just makes it
with monster effects.
With monster effects.
So Imprint does for it. And in this you have more synergy with the Fortress Whale, because when you summon it at the end of the battle phase, it gets destroyed. So then the Fortress Whale for him will summon something. For me, it would do nothing.
Yeah.
But usually you're summoning Kairyu-shin, wiping their board, and then although your Kairyu-shin dies, you still wipe their board and you can play next to
So
it.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
We need it in the higher range.
And then I am playing 3 of the Darkries.
I'm playing 2.
The only reason I play 3 is because so field spells, like Rob was saying, you don't want to brick on them. But in my sense, if I brick on them and I see this as well, it's technically full combo without having to even normal summon.
For me, I feel like this is also relying too much on going first. I don't want to rely on opening this going first and going straight for it, because going second when you open that, it's a bit iffy for me.
No, understandable. And then I am playing the 1C stealth, and I suppose
And whereas I'm playing 2, because this is recursion.
it's also full. It's part of the combo if you draw the Floodgate and the negate, and nothing else. So it gets you to Umi with this on field, with both on field with the negate and the flood. So it is quite important.
And then I'm playing the Rage of the Kairyu-shin.
And I'm playing the
whereas he's
Fury
playing
of the
Fury.
Kairyu-shin.
So we're each deciding on different things. That's like a
Going
free
first,
board wipe.
yeah. Because that's a single pop, but you can also do going second.
Well, it pops up to the number of level 5 behind it. So,
it's
and it
usually-
also locks the monsters as well.
Oh, so
So
yeah.
it blocks the monsters.
I did think about playing that, but I like the being able to one-side torrential, because this protects your water monsters from being destroyed by card effect. So torrential, obviously, protects them. And that's it for our engines, and then the similar cards, engine cards.
So
you
you play the 3 extra. I mean, if you had prosperity,
I'd
you
play
would play prosperity, because you need to choose your target, and then obviously.
So that's pretty similar. This is just because I don't own them. Sometimes drawing random hand traps is good. You'll see the rest of the cards are similar, different, but your prosperity is better. And then similar hand traps, we're both playing Ash.
And then the 3 Imperm.
And then 3 Imperm. I think they're just the best generic.
Yeah, I think everyone runs 3-3 like in almost everything.
And then this is where we differ. So I'm literally just maxing out on the hand traps. So I'm going 3 Nib. So if you see that wonderful Nib Imperm hand, you can break almost every board. Even Flunder, which is insane. But you have to draw both together. But sometimes this just wipes out random rogue matchups. And then I'm being slightly toxic and playing 1 Mystic Mine in Metaverse. The Metaverse is for Mystic Mine as a very, very big backup, but it's usually in case I don't get access to my field spells.
then you get
So it just gives you options. It's like I can get Umi, or I can get Mystic Mine if I need to draw into Umi later. Because this deck, a lot of decks can go mine and mill out. This deck actually, you can get to a point where you can win by
because you can
replacement.
out your own mine anyway.
So that's, I'm a clean 40, and then I'm not sure.
And then I'm also a clean 40, but instead of that, I play a Dogmatica package. So I play the 2 Nadirs, the Punishment, the Maximus, and the Ecclesia, and I play a Monster Reborn as well. Mostly because you can use your extra deck as resource fodder. So you play 3 Toads, so you're able to send like Toads to get your monsters back and that sort of thing. So it really works nicely.
Because if you run out of Kairyu-shins, you pretty much lose that.
Yeah, so you literally you can go in the Deers, send Toad to add an Ecclesia, and then the Toad adds back whatever it wants. Which is pretty awesome.
I'll do my actually quick because there's not much to say. He actually has some like usability.
Yeah.
So it's 2 Zeus, 2 Abyss Dweller, 3 Toad, very expensive. The most expensive part of the deck is the 3 Toads. 3 Bahamut's. Terrible because they actually can't do anything except Monster Reborn. The Warrior of Atlantis. It's the only water monster we have with less than 1500 defense. This adds Warrior of Atlantis, and this Monster Reborn's Warrior of Atlantis. Not good. So these will probably be something else, maybe a 3rd Starboy. This does come up to sometimes get over. Your bodies aren't huge except for the whale. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I mean, I played similar where I play the Zeus, but I don't need to play as much because of prosperity. Then I play the Dweller and the 3 Toad. The 3 Toad is really useful still because of the Dogmatica package. So that's very, really strong. And then let's put that back. Then we have this for the
Cyber Dragon
matchup.
very prevalent in South
might
Africa.
happen. Yeah. Then we have the Ecclesia stuff, the Dogmatica stuff. Just sending anything. I mean, Omega can shuffle anything back into the deck, so it can get your resources back. And then because we're siding Waking the Dragon for the shits, we're playing that because why not? It's mostly being prosperitied anyway, but I would probably get like 2 Entuses or something, and more Entus or something like that.
And then our side decks are pretty like flexible. We just decided what to do for our locals today. So
Yeah.
I played like 3 draw. My spice, I guess, is 3 Raigeki, like break their board and then set up the floodgates. 3 Draculas. These were droplets before. I do have the droplets, but I want to try these. I'm going back to droplets because these weren't great today. Then Evenly and the Harpies for back row, and then this so you don't lose.
Yeah, so I play the 3 forbidden droplets, of course, because you have the idea. Kaijus are really good because you can Kaiju your opponent and then literally you normal summon the Kairyu-shin, and that ends up being their only non-water monster that's on the field anyway. So it's really, really strong. Memes, because we're memeing today. And then we play back row hate with the 3 Twin Twister and the Harpies, which is really, really strong. Obviously, evenly matched works just as well. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Twin because a lot of times when you draw your hand of 5, you need every card in your hand to either play into the board or to set up your board. So I'm not a big fan of Twin, but I mean, sometimes you do need it.
So I'm playing 3-dimensional barrier. I want to actually change these for Solemn Judgment. I know it's weird, but I feel like Solemn Judgment would do a lot in this deck. And if I were to take out the meme, this is a nice tech to play. White Howling. So basically you target a spell that's in your opponent's grave. And you banish it. If you control water, you negate spells on the field for the rest of the turn that your opponent activates. So it's a 1-turn Imperial Order, which is really, really strong. And everything is water in this deck. So. That's it.
Yeah,
That's everything.
Anything else you want to say?
No, just go ahead and be as toxic as you can with the water deck and have fun with this Umi creation that we have
It's
made.
super cheap.
It's super cheap. It's so easy
I
to
think the
build.
most expensive thing is Fish Sonon. It's like $5.
Yeah, fish sonar.
It's not even.
So go give it a shot. Extras are easy to get, so you can go give that as a budget option. Prosperities, is obviously. I don't even own them. I'm like borrowing them. Shout out to Finish. But yeah, thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for joining us, and then we'll check you in the next one. Future Nights and
Frisbee Moonsong.
signing out. Cheers.